XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, first of all, we refer to my last video. When the price was here, we mentioned that I'm expecting that the price to break this low and even to take this line, which is 0.49 and 49 cent. And as we can see, the price tag and reverse. Okay, because I mentioned if the price tag, if we get any buy setup, we take it. But as we can see, there was no buy setup based on 1 hour for 1 hour chart. And if we move to 15 minutes, we didn't have any buy setup. Even if anyone wanted to have a trade with this one, the only correction by having a trade above this, they shouldn't be in the trade, because as we can see, even they put in trade above the top, it couldn't take the trade. Okay, that means there was no trade setup. The only way, if anyone trade with this one, again as a flag, it's relative to this. No, I suggest I suggest them to take out the trade, because now we're looking at this correction. That means they shouldn't be in the trade. But if they want to keep the trade, they're supposed to know how to manage it, because may this one become another correction similar to this for one move down. Okay, anyway, now we want to see what's the next. As we explained in my last video, we are looking for buy. Okay, but the only thing is we need to get the buy set up. All right, the thing is we don't know how deep this one can go. And I mentioned any buy we take it, we have to know how to manage it, because at the end of the video, my last video, I mentioned that based on a longer time frame, we expect the price can drop. Okay, that's why any buy setup, we have to know how to manage it. By the way, I will put my last video, the link in the description of this video. If anyone wants to know how big is on the bigger picture, we're looking at the XRP, they can refer. Okay, again, we're looking for buy, but right now we want to see, before we take the buy, we need to get the buy setup. And what we're looking for here, if we get a correction for buy, we take the trade. Okay, and now how about this trend line? The whether we should put here or here, it doesn't matter. No, I think it's better to remove it. We don't need it. Okay, first of all, we're looking for buy, but right now we don't have any trade setup. We cannot confirm. We need to get a bigger correction here. Then if we get the correction with the buy setup, we take the trade. And as long as the price come to this level, we start to manage it. Okay, this is how we're going to buy. And one thing we need to bear in mind that there is a possibility this one become a correction relative to this for one more drop. Okay, that's why if we want to buy, we need to get the price correct before we take the buy. And how about if the price sharply move from here? The only way having trade above this, again, having in trade above is really risky unless the traders, they know how to manage it. Okay, now right now we don't have any buy setup. We need to give it more time. Okay, as I mentioned right now, the possibility that the price can drop. If anyone wants to look for short the sell, the only way they can sell, they wait for the short drop correction, they sell it. Okay, this is how they can look for sell. But as I mentioned, we are more interested in the buy. All right. Why? Okay, why I mentioned, because right now we mentioned if we want to take the buy from here, if we get the buy, as long as the price come to this level, we have to start to manage it. Two things we need to know that within this move, if we put this one together in relative to each other, it can be a correction for one move down. That's why we have to get the buy set up before we take the trade. We cannot jump into this, because if this is a correct, the price can drop. That's why any sharp move with a small flag, we can look for sell. That means if we get the sharp move down, then we don't need to look for buy. We have to wait for the breakout of this line, this low, then from there we can look for buy. And this is, if the price come and break this one, this is where we expect to move. And the second reason why, if we get the buy setup from here, when the price come to this level, if this is not moving fast, we have to take the trade out, because it's still the possibility the price come here, we could give us a different flat, because this is, if the price drop from here, we will have a running flat. And if the price come to this level, it gives us a different type of the flat for one move down. Okay, now the summary is, we get the correction, we take the buy. When the price come to this level, if it is not moving, we take out the trade. And the another option, having entry above this in case the price move from here. And again, It's very risky. If we tag, tag when we see it's not moving within 1 or 2 hours, we take out the trade. Okay. Now, just as I say in my last video, I have based on a higher time frame, we explain the possibility maybe the price can drop some more. That's why I mentioned the traders can refer to my last video. I put the link in the description. Okay, just may I give a very short, overview what we have been looking for. Because if I move to forward chart, based on forward chart, we mentioned that whether this is the only correction relative to this, or we will have this one for one move up before we get the down move. Okay, now the question whether if the price from here come to this top, then from there whether we will get the down move or not. I explained in my last video. Okay, that's why if we get any buy setup from here, this is what we're looking for. We want the price to break this top. Okay, that's why whether from here, if we get any buy setup as I explained based on 1 hour chart, we take it and we should know how to manage it as I explained. And the target is the price come to this high. But beside that, I explained this too. This is a relative to each other. Here, based on forward chart is more clear for one more drop. And why I'm keep mentioning if we get the buy setup, we have to know how to manage it. Made this one the possibility that can retest this low. Okay. Anyway, I don't need to explain more than this because I explained in my last video. I know the only thing is we're looking for buy, but we need to get the correction. Okay. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I get any buy setup, then I will share on YouTube.